Shalom, shalom, Shabbat Adonai. Thank you for listening to another segment. Today, segment is called Buddah Braids. This is an embarrassment for me, big time, to the highest level. I tell you, if a doctor made mistakes or made as many mistakes as I have made, he will be considered as malpractice and would be disbarred, and the hospital would be closed. I want to tell you something, nation of Israel, Gentiles, people of the world. Last night, well, it's not last night now. It's been almost a week, almost 2 weeks ago now, I think. One night, I had this idea on how to be able to reach the nations of the world. And in my dreams, I had this dream, and I saw this vision of, Buddha statues. The statue of Buddha, the religion Buddha, the faith Buddha. And all the Buddhas that I saw in my dream, they all had black people hair. They all had their hair in braids or black people hairstyles. And when I looked at it, I said, wow, I know how to be able to reach, Chinese people and people in India, how I can be able to bring them closer to the Lord. And so you ain't got to believe this, but my hair is not that long, but it's long enough to go get braids. So I went to a place and had my hair braided in a circular style, just like a Buddha hairstyle. And I had even the lady who put the braids in my head, she put them, because I'm balding in the top of my head a little, and well, not a little, it's quite a bit, but she put some extensions in there. And I put them up there in my head, and I liked it. I mean, I thought it was really nice. I thought it was just suave. I really liked it. But I'm telling you, God didn't like it. So when I got home, I I ain't gonna say I can feel, but I know the presence of God. In my house, the presence of God is thick. It is thick. When you go into my house, you can feel the presence of God. When I go in my house or when I leave, and wherever I go, just like the word say, He forsaketh not me. He don't forsake me. He have never forsaken me. Ever since I've been alive, God has never forsaken me. Never forsaken me. But, when I came back home, I didn't feel His presence there. And, this day, for some reason, I put on a skull cap. And it was like the temperature is like in the 80s and almost in the 90s. But this day, I put on my skull cap. And I don't know why I put it on, but I did. I put on my skull cap. And then, I'm physically handicapped, so just like the scripture says, I'm marred. Isaiah chapter 52 and verse 14, I'm marred. Zechariah chapter 12 and verse number 8, it says, I'm feeble. So it's hard to walk for me. It's very difficult. I get extremely tired walking anywhere. And one of my biggest fears is going to the bathroom. Going to the bathroom because I'm afraid of falling. It's how my mother died. She died in the bathroom. She fell in the bathroom and she died. One of my biggest fears is just going to the bathroom. I really dislike going to the bathroom. So, but I prostrate myself every morning, 4:30 or earlier, every morning. I get down on the floor and I pray. And throughout the day, I prostrate myself and I crawl. I maneuver myself around, drag myself around to be able to get myself up. Because I used to be afraid of living alone because I can't get up myself if I fall down. I cannot get up. I don't have enough strength to get up. And so This day, I went and got braids. And when I got home, I felt this emptiness. So I prostrated myself. I put my hat on my head. And I prostrated myself. I laid down before God. And then my hair fell off my head in an odd kind of way. I was like, how did my hair fall off of my head? Because I know how it came off. He knocked it off. And he said, what's that? And I felt proud. I felt like it was really nice. I liked it. But he did not like it. And he said, no son of mine is going to look like an idol. He said, cut your hair off. Cut your head off. So I was like, cut my hair off, Lord. I said, Lord, I'll be bald head. He said, cut it off. So I took all my braids out and everything. And then he said, take a picture of it. And he said, give it to Brother Greg. He said, send it to Brother Greg. He said, tell him to post it on the internet. I said, Lord, you can't do that. I said, Lord, I'd be ashamed. I'd be embarrassed. I said, I have a master's degree. I said, you can't embarrass me like that, Lord. He said, you was going to embarrass me by going out with that hairstyle. And I said, oh, Lord, I'm sorry. And I wept a long time. And I still feel bad about it. And I said, Lord, I taught school at a university. As I taught Chinese, I taught biology, English. I know how to speak Chinese. I can play 5 Chinese instruments. I said, Lord, you embarrassed me like this. If we're not careful, we can be so much taken off from being what God wants us to be. Something as simple as a hairstyle or looking like an idol. I wasn't worshiping an idol, but I wanted to look like one. But God said to me, he said, Moses killed a man. And David had sex with a woman. And he said, and Solomon had thousands of wives. He said, and you make your hair into an idol. He said, get up, wash yourself. So I got up, I washed my hair and everything, took those braids out, and I took the pictures. I gave it to sent to Brother Greg. Didn't I, Brother Greg?
Yes, sir.
And so when you see him, just learn from it. And just learn, because this is what the nation of Israel is all about. It's like we going through problems, ups and downs, and being what God wants us to be. But we're help one to another. I want to tell you something, Israel. I need you, and you need me. When God told me that the nation of Israel was Hebrews, I didn't believe it. I went to China looking for the Hebrews. But I want you to know that, we need each other. Nation of Israel, we need each other. Y'all do what y'all do out there. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep reaching out to people, letting them know. Just be careful. And if you're injured, don't go out on the street corners and witness to people. Wait till your body heals. And do what God wants you to do. But I'm Yeshurun. It's the name God gave me. And I didn't know my name. God surnamed me. The first name he gave me was Uriah. It's in the book of Isaiah. Isaiah chapter 44. He in verse number 5. God surnamed me. The first name he gave me was Uriah. He gave me this name about 20 years ago. But I think about 4 or 5 years ago, when he called me Uriah, I picked up my phone and I spoke into it. I Googled it. The name I heard in my ear, I Googled it. And when I Googled it, it came up an angel. And he said that this angel is light. It means light of God. But a few years ago, maybe about 20 years ago, I had this vision of an angel that she had appeared to me and told me what my name meant. It meant my name, Uriel, means I go to God for light. I have to go to God for light, for wisdom, light. Light is wisdom and knowledge and understanding. I have to go to God to get light, to get this light. So the light that I have, it comes from God. It's not my own. I don't go home and study and say this wisdom is mine. I don't claim everything that I say to you or it's on our website. I don't go home and study and then come back and tell you as if this is my knowledge or this is what I have or this is what I achieve. I write down everything God has given me or God tell me what to tell you. I will obey God and do what he say, even if it's embarrassing to me. if God say it, I will do it. I don't care what it is. I am the Lord's servant. I'm here obeying him. Everything the Lord doing, whatever he say, I would do. I would do. The Lord made me in my mother's womb. I was born to do this. I was born to bring the nation of Israel back to the Lord. I know this. I've been knowing it all my life. I just was afraid. But I don't have any fear. I don't have any fear now. I gladly do whatever the Lord says to me. I won't let you down, Israel. I won't let you down. I won't let God down. I will not fail. I will keep the covenant. I will keep the law. I will do justly. Let the words of my mouth, the meditation of my heart, be accepted in thy sight. O Lord, my strength, my redeemer.